in the country got a player walk in that hall that's better than everybody on that team.
Yeah.
And they never understand why they're not playing.
Yeah.
And it probably started, say, for like a high school kid, if you ask them, oh, well, freshman year, I messed up on my grades or this or that.
Yep.
Well, now after you messed up on your grades, then you went to the street. So now that your whole attitude changed from wanting to be an athlete to now you want to be out here and you want to be a hot boy.
Yeah.
And so now the coach then got a totally different perspective of you. So now sophomore year, you don't try out. Now junior year, when, you really popping, you want to play, coach ain't going to deal with you. Senior year, you like, man, it's my last year. But then go back to freshman year, all because of, or I've seen kids literally from elementary school. Like, oh, what happened? Well, I, wasn't eligible 5th grade. And then, 6th grade, I got in trouble right prior to tryouts. Well, all that goes hand in hand. So I don't necessarily want to work with a superstar. And I have players that, former players that's playing overseas, that's played on NBA rosters, I can create those players to get there. I don't necessarily need that person that think that they're a superstar, if that makes sense.
No, I don't like them be the ones that they think they know too much.
Right.
And so I tell them, if you know so much, then why am I here? Like,
why am I here? If you know all that, why am I here? So therefore, now when we're talking about that average player that's under the radar, that has the potential to be something, but those are the players. And the reason why I do what I do, because those are often the players, they only need a little tweak in the athletic side. The biggest thing is off the court. And with going back to that, recruitment diagram, that attitude, it all goes back. So I can, tweak your jump shot, or I can, tweak your Euro step or whatever you do to get to the basket, your ball handling. We can fix that a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's not the reason why you're not on the team. Exactly. Right. We already identified that you're probably better than everybody on the team. But what else is holding you back from the team? And my job as a coach is, can I put the proper strategies in place to help you understand and get it there before it's too late?
Yeah.
Good afternoon. How you doing? It's Coach Carvel Bailey, and I want to welcome you to this special episode of Lunch and Learn, right from the car. We're in the car today, right? But I wanted to still get on and give you these nuggets, right, and these jewels. And so a few shows ago, I actually did a show speaking on the top three of Kobe Bryant's 10 rules for success. And so I want to bring his third rule for success, Kobe Bryant's third rule for success. I want to bridge that with the AFC and NFC Championship, and how that, by knowing this, can help your athlete, can enhance your athlete's ability, both mentally and physically, based on what Kobe said and lived by, and based on what we saw in the AFC and NFC Championship. All right. First and foremost, again, I want to welcome you to the show. I appreciate you being here. Feel free to, let me know what city and state you're learning from today. And so Kobe Bryant's third rule for success that he lived by was trust your skills. All right. Somebody give me a trust your skills in the comments. All right. And make sure that even though I'm in the car, I ain't driving right now, but I still got my notes, right? Make sure you write in your notes, trust your skills. All right. Kobe Bryant, that was the third rule of success that Kobe had, was trust your skills. And so by an athlete trusting their skills, they've been there before. All right. When an athlete can trust their skills and they've known that I've shot this shot from the corner before, I've shot this shot from the wing before, I've shot this shot from the top of the key, I've been able to penetrate and finish jelly roll, Euro step, whatever it is, right? I trust that I've put in the work with my skills over and over and over again. So no matter what I see, I've been there before. I've been there before. A lot of problems that athletes have nowadays is they aren't really working on their skills. They may work on the physical, but they're not working on their mental. So as they're shooting, they're not identifying was a help defender here. If I go this way, somebody gonna step up here, right? They're not really working out to the best of their ability to be able to trust their skills. And by them not necessarily trusting their skills, when they see things in a game situation, it's like they've never seen them before. It's like they've never been there before. So if your athlete trusts their skills, it's almost nothing that they will see in the game, the competition, that ultimately they've never seen before. So when the going gets tough and the tough gets going, your athlete should be able to say, I've been here before, right? Good teams in tense situations can say, surely in the huddle, hey, we've been here before, right? Have you ever heard a team say that? Hey, we've been here before. Relax, we've been here before. And so I'm going to give you 3 things, right, real quick, of how we saw that in the AFC and NFC Championship games over the weekend, right? So let's first start with the Kansas City Chiefs, who went to 2 Super Bowls back to back, and they won 1, right? But they act like they had never been there before. I mean, that final drive, you know, people have talked about Andy Reid when he was with the Philadelphia Eagles and, you know, not being able to win championships or Super Bowls and all those things. Everybody was happy for Andy Reid when he won it. And this is no knock on Andy Reid, none of that. But Andy Reid's been there before. He was there with Donovan McNabb, right? The same way he was there with the quarterback that he has now. But he's been there before. But when you aren't necessarily trusting your skills, Kobe Bryant's third rule, when you're not necessarily trusting your skills, you act like you've seen a ghost, right? Your athlete acts like they've never been there before. Patrick Mahomes act like he had never been there before. That last drive, when they were on the goal line, right, close to the goal line, and my wife is hollering at the screen like, score, score, score. Sidebar, let me explain something. When you have a chance to win the game, win the game. A lot of teams, they play the game not to lose. Champions play the game to win. They had an opportunity, a couple opportunities to get in the end zone, but they playing around with the clock. Win the game. Now I said after the game that they had last week that may be a difficult game to come back and play the following week, because that game and that overtime took everything out of them. And it was so exciting, so emotionally draining, took everything out of them. And maybe that was their Super Bowl. But that game, they played like they had been there before. Scored in 13 seconds, right? They've been there before. In this game, they act like they had not been there before. The first 2 downs, right? They scrambling, not getting nothing. The third down, it's a fumble, right? Now we're going to kick the field goal, right? We're playing not to lose. So let's just be safe and kick the field goal. If your athlete trusts their skills, not only will it be like they've been there before, but it's no mercy either. It's no mercy. Because I've seen this, and there's nothing that you can do as an opponent that can stop me. So the first thing, right, with the Kansas City Chiefs, they're like they hadn't been there before, from the coach to the quarterback to the team. But then the second analogy that I want to give is Odell Beckham. Now, Odell Beckham may not have been to a Super Bowl before, but you know where Odell Beckham has been before? To that 100-yard completion. And now Odell Beckham had not gotten a 100-yard completion game all season with the Rams. But when it was time, Odell Beckham got 100+ receiving yards. He had been there before. Does that make sense? He had been there before. He understands, right? 9 catches, 100-something yards, I think 12.6 yards per catch. He understood, as I trust my skills. I know that I can catch the ball. I know that I have a quarterback that's going to get me the ball. So I'm going to trust my skills and my speed, my quickness, running my routes, reading the defense. And I also trust the skills of this person throwing me the ball. Now, it wasn't necessarily that way with the quarterback in Cleveland with Baker Mayfield, but Odell had been there before, having 100+ receiving yards. And when it was the biggest game of his career, it was nothing that he had not seen before. He knew that he could get 100 yards as long as he trusted his skills. Right, so the first thing, when you look at Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, they act like they had never been there before. They didn't really trust their skills. Patrick Mahomes, right, MVP, right, act like he didn't trust his skills. Odell Beckham did. OBJ did. He trusts his skills and understood, hey, as long as I continue to stay persistent, consistent, I'm going to get these 100 yards. And it's going to help put my team in position to be successful to win. But then the third and final thing, right? The third and final thing is let's look at the quarterbacks of the winning teams. The winning teams. Matthew Stafford. Oh, he played for the Lions, and the Lions were terrible. But I want you to go look up Matthew Stafford and go look up all of the NFL records Matthew Stafford holds. You'll be amazed. Go look up all the Detroit Lion records he holds. You'll be amazed. Matthew Stafford just played in a bad organization. An organization that didn't know how to win. But Matthew Stafford had always been a quarterback with great skills. And he didn't waver. He stuck by his skills and he trusted his skills. And Matthew Stafford now, right, first year with another team, Matthew Stafford did the same thing he had been doing for the Detroit Lions, but he was with some other people that trust their skills. See, the Detroit Lions just found ways to lose. It was just a bad culture. And no knock to my people in Detroit, none of that, right? And the true Lion fans love Matt Stafford. And the Lions got rid of him like he was the problem. But they did him a favor. He trusted his skills, and he knew at some point in time, even though he has NFL records, Lions records, he knew at some point in time he was going to get his opportunity. And he now has his opportunity. He trusts his skills. And he was like, hey, I've been here before. I know how to throw this pass, right? They may not have caught it when I was with the Lions, but I've been here before. And I'm going to just be consistent and persistent, and I'm going to stay with it. But then you look at Joe Burrow, Ohio State, didn't play a lot, transferred after 2 years. But guess what? He went to LSU, and this is what blew me away. He graduated in 3 years. Joe Burrow graduated in 3 years with a degree in like financial literacy, right? I'm not sure exactly what they call it, but it's like financial literacy. He graduated in 3 years. His senior year, they won a national championship. And Joe Burrow was the Heisman Trophy winner. And Joe Burrow, like Matthew Stafford, was the #1 draft pick. This is only the second time in NFL history in the Super Bowl that you have 2 #1 draft picks going against each other, and they both quarterbacks. Joe Burrow had won a championship before. So if it's the NFC Championship or whatever, Joe Burrow had been there before. Does that make sense? He trusted his skills. And he's just going to do what he needs to do. And they're going to walk away with a victory. Now, the quarterback that was the MVP and that they won a Super Bowl, they act like they hadn't been there before. But this second-year player, Heisman Trophy winner, right? NCAA national champion, he like, hey, I've been here before. And so I want you to tell your athletes, right? Don't get frustrated. Don't get uptight. Don't doubt their skills. Continue doing those things with their skills that will put them in the proper position to be successful. It may take time, but don't waver from the skills that they know that they have, but they have to continue working on them. But not only Joe Burrow, but there's 4 other players from that national championship team, LSU, that's now on the Bengals. So they was really playing with house money. And it was really an unfair advantage because they had been in a situation before and they knew what it was like to come out on the other side. So with Kobe Bryant, his 3rd rule is trust your skills. Does your athlete trust their skills? Well, first and foremost, is your athlete working on their skills? Are they working on their skills? And if they're not working on their skills, they sure can't trust them. But if they're working on their skills, they definitely can trust their skills. So like, I want you to get your athlete to understand that not only do they have to work on their skills physically, but they also have to work on their skills mentally to be able to put themselves in position to be able to say, I've been here before. I've seen this before. I've visualized this before. I know when I go this way, who's going to step up. I know when the ball is over there, what's going to happen to the defense, where I'm going to be in position to get my money off. Because I've seen it. I've been through it. And I've worked on my skills and I've been there before. And if it was good enough for the late, great Kobe Bryant, I'm almost certain it could be good enough for your athlete. Again, Odell Beckham Jr., Joe Burrow, and Matthew Stafford. They act like they've been there before. Andy Reid and I can't think of the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. They act like they hadn't been there before, but they had. And it came back and bit them in the butt. So make sure that your athlete understands not only how to play, but how to see the game, how to study the game, and how to be successful in the game. Does that make sense? Right? I hope it does make sense. So this is all that I have for you today, right? All that I wanted to give to you all today. Again, make sure if you haven't registered, right? If you haven't registered for my Mamba Mentality Masterclass, right? I'm not sure what you're waiting on, but it is Saturday, right? Saturday. And so you definitely want to go and get registered for that Mamba Mentality Masterclass. And let me see if I can pull it up for you so that you can get the link. Yep, there it go right there, right? So go get registered for that Mamba Mentality Masterclass, right? bit.ly/B2BSD Mamba. 81 bucks. 81 bucks, and help your athlete learn how to trust their skills, understand what it takes to be mentally charged and mentally successful, so they too can say that they've been there before. All right. So again, I appreciate you chiming in. This is Coach Carvel Bailey. All right. Y'all have a good one, because you definitely deserve it. Peace.
Yo, just so you understand it, this is Coach Carvel Bailey's program with the spirit of Bob Hambry. This is Blessed of All, helping athletes, and we represent. Study your craft, your mentality leads to excellence. It's all about your mindset. We'll never stop addressing this, so be positive and not a pessimist. Confidence took James Harden higher. If you really want it, it ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard as carbon fiber, but we got you. From counseling to workshops, we do it. You'll go farther with a scholarship. We'll help you get recruited. Yo, anyone can dribble and shoot, but it's the ones who study basketball internally that make it to Duke University. Knowledge goes around. The game is played from the neck up and not from the shoulders down. This is Blessed to Ball, helping you with obstacles. The athletes are the rocket. Blessed to Ball is the rocket fuel. If you hit a wall, we can help you slowly climb it. So keep a Mamba mentality like Kobe Bryant. Blessed to Ball. Cherish the opportunities that you have. Blessed to Ball. Use your mentality to master the craft. Blessed to Ball. Come join our team. It's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play. Cherish the opportunities that you have. Use your mentality to master the craft. Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play. Yo, Coach Carvel Bailey. Hey, listen to your coach, man. He ain't no scrub off the street. That man got credentials, academic and street. Believe it, and my name is strategic.